Let's talk. Let's talk about the 12 astrology signs. Let's just run through them real quick, okay? Um, I'm spiritual, so I believe in God, but I believe in astrology too. Okay, so let's start. Let's start at the beginning. Aries. Aries is number one. The last is Pisces. Let's not forget Pisces and Aquarius because I ran through them and I forgot. I did a whole video and I forgot. So Aries, cardinal signs. Cardinal means they're the beginners. They start things. They are the beginning. They're not the ending. They are rebirth. They represent rebirth. And they also represent leadership. That's a cardinal sign. Aries. Aries rules Ram, the head. Ram is ruled by their horns. They headbutt. So they're very headstrong. So Aries struggle with love the most because it's all in their head. They're very mental when it comes to love. They're not very in their heart. You get what I'm saying? Aries though, if they really love you and they really give you their heart, they will give you the shirt off their back. They're the type that will work really hard to provide for you, and they're very loyal and they're very demanding and they care and they want their partner to care. You know what I'm saying? If you hurt them, they'll hurt you back. Um, Aries is like a ride or die type, but this is the evolved Aries, the balanced Aries, the Aries that is more seasoned, okay, more mature and experienced, okay. This is somebody that is living in the moment, that's up in life, not the ones that are living in the past that are still down. But yeah, Aries can make really good business partners. They excel in business. If they focus on a business, they can really go very far. So that's Aries. All right. Hey, hit the like button. All right. So that's Aries. Now we're moving on to Taurus. Taurus is right next to the headstrong, right? But Taurus is a bull, right? And Taurus is also a firm sign, earth sign. But because they're firm and fixed, that means that they're stubborn and they are very routine based and they're very fixed and stubborn to routine. So Taurus is going to be that bull. And what is the bull? The bull likes to eat, right? They're big, right? So they love to eat, they love to indulge. But when you put a red, anything red in front of them, they get really upset and they get really angry and vindictive. That's Taurus, right? Hey guys. So Taurus is basically that sign, that earth sign that likes to be in 3D all the time. They're not very dreamy, they're not very 5D, they're not very spiritual beings. They're more so practical, tangible, hard work, labor. But when they really do focus on something, they can really make something work really well. They do long-term relationships, but I feel like Taurus is probably the one of the earth signs that struggles the most with love, even self-love. But they are very big on family. They love family. So if they do give you their heart, they will give you their shirt off their back too. Just be very careful with them, set your boundaries with them because you do not want to get into it with a Taurus at all. Okay, moving on. Aries, Taurus. And then next after Taurus, we have Cancer. All right, Cancer. Cancer is a cardinal sign. So that means they are a leader, they're the beginner, they're not the ending, they are not followers, they are leaders. Even though they rule emotion, feelings, how do you feel about me? They're very gushy, mushy people. They really love hard. They're empathetic when they're doing good, when they're balanced, when they're treated right, when they're rubbed the right way. They will give that love back tenfold. Okay? A good Cancer person will really fight your battles for you. They care that much. Cancer could lose themselves into other people because they really care when they care about you. Okay, so the Cancer women, Cancer men, I would just say for both, they have to be doing good in life because if they don't, they could be very emotionally manipulative. They can manipulate things with their emotions. They can hold water really well, meaning they can hold secrets really well. Um, These are the type of people that are the criers, you know, but these are the type of people that are really searching for their soulmates in life. They want to have kids, they want to settle down, you know, they want a family type vibe. And they're very like routine based people too. They like being in their own bubble. They could be very creative people, make a lot of good music, good art, you know. That's Cancer for you. Okay, very they most cancers do well. Now a bad Cancer though, they will abuse, manipulate. Stay away from that. Right? So moving on. We did Aries, Taurus, Cancer. Now we're on Gemini. Gemini, air sign. Okay, air sign, intellect, mental activity, mental clearing up mental fog. Even though sometimes they could be a little psycho, you know, they need mental health activities to clear their head. You know, these are the type of people that are adaptable, mutable. So that means they're not fixed, they're not cardinal, they're actually flexible. They could be whatever they want, whatever they adapt into, whatever they desire they can be, right? So Gemini is known to be the crazy ones, the ones that rule duality. They rule two different minds, right? Two different personalities. I really don't know about that part, but I've experienced Geminis and I don't really feel that, but sometimes I do. They can be two-faced, basically. Like they could show you one face, maybe they hide the other face. So be aware of that. Air sign Gemini. They can be very creative when they put their mind to like rapping, starting a label, a business, you know, doing something like very lucrative. They can really be big, successful people. Are these the type of people that love? They do, and it's weird because they're not very emotional people. Like, but they really like relationships. Like Geminis are the type that want a girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, like I don't know about marriage, but like they want that connection, you know. I don't know if it's that duality, but they go well with Geminis go well with Capricorns, Geminis go well with Libras, Geminis go well with Sag, Leos, Cancers, whatever. That's Gemini for you. All right, so moving on, we did Gemini. Who's next? Gemini. Let me see who's next. I actually forgot. Yeah, Leo. So we got Leo, we got Virgo. So Leo and Virgo go together, but let's do Virgo, okay? So Virgo, Earth sign. Thank God they're not like Taurus. These are the adaptable, mutable sign. So they could be anybody they want, anything. They could adapt to anything they want. So Virgo is the earth sign though. They're the earth adaptable sign. These are the types of people that, like I said, they are the 3D people. They are the practical people, the tangible people. They're not like, their head's not far off in the clouds like water signs, you know. They're not too spiritual, but they do believe in spirit. These are the type of people that will work really hard on something and try to perfect some type of craft. Like these are the people who really are serious about life and they like being in relationships, they like having friends, they like being the center of attention, they're very creative, they can be very big stars. These are the type of individuals that just want one person and one person only. I know that for a fact. They could be loyal if they end up with their dream person. When they're doing really good, they could be very compassionate, very kind individuals. When they're not doing good, they could kind of mess up, but I know they bounce right back. That's what I know about Virgos. But yeah, it's not much to really say about them is that they are the type that will pursue and they will do the pursuing and they don't care. They'll pursue. What else do I need to say about Virgo? They're like the innocent ones, the virgins. But anyways, long story short, they're not as emotional, but they're there, you know. And these are the type of people that like to be in long relationships. They do like intimacy, but they don't show it like that on the outside. Are they the type? They're kind of secretive. They're kind of quiet too. Anyways, moving on from Virgo, Leo. Leo is the type that is a fire sign. Okay, fire sign, passionate, energetic, action oriented, all about their growth. Okay, creativity. They're the type that is going to focus in on themselves because they think they're the star. They think they're the center of attention. They want the center of attention. They can get the center of attention because they're very creative. They're very exciting. They're very interesting people. They have a lot to say. But get with a Leo very young, capture their heart very young because they become jaded later on in life, like very jaded about life. But these are the type of people that can be very smart, intellectual individuals, but they can become very narcissistic and kind of very know it all sometimes. They can be a little mean spirited when they're bitter. Um, when a Leo is doing really well, when they're getting everything they want, they could probably be better people. But for the most part, Leos need a lot of support and attention to thrive in this world. They do well with other fire signs, though. These are the type of people that need to be married, that need to be in a relationship. They need support, they need somebody, and they do well with people. They do well being with somebody. That's what I could say with Leo. They thrive with team. Okay, moving on from Leo, we go on to we did Virgo, Leo. We could do Libra, Scorpio. Libra, air sign, intellectual, cardinal sign. They are the leader of the pack. Once again, cardinal signs are the leader. They begin stuff. They're the beginning. They're not the ending. They don't follow. They lead. And these are the type of people who are Earth, not Earth. Why I say Earth? They're air. So air is intellect, mental activity, the psyche, headstrong. But Libra is different. They have balance, right? So they're also ruled by romance. So that's what's good about them. They're ruled by the heart. So they have a balance of intellect, but emotion too, feeling. They're the lucky Libras. They get lucky at stuff. These are the type of people that like to love hard. They will continue to love on. They're very sharp tongued though. But they can really be like a manager or like a good artist or a good actor. They're always into marriage too. They can really get married young, have kids young. But Libra's very generous and very kind, and they're the flirts. They're the types that don't mind talking to everybody. And yeah, they sometimes break hearts or they get their heart broken. They sometimes play victim. They need to heal from that. They're looking for that healer. That's why they're so attracted to Sagittarius and like they like Sag, Scorpio, Leo. Anyways, they're the masculine signs, but they kind of have a feminine side about them. Anyways, moving on from Libra, we have what's the next sign? Scorpio. All right. Scorpio. We're going to do Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and we're done. You can play this back. Scorpio is that death card, okay? So Scorpio it rules a firm sign. They are the fixed energy, just like Taurus is. Leo is a fixed energy as well, so they're stubborn. They're fixed, they're in their way, they're routine based, they don't really stray too far from what they know, they stick with the same people type energies. Scorpio is ruling water, right? So they're water sign, very emotional, very feeling based, feel deeply, but they can be emotionally manipulative too if they're not evolved, if they're unevolved, if they're not as experienced, right? So Scorpio rules death. So when they say death, what does it mean? It means ego death. It means like death to your ego. So that's why they're constantly rebirthing, constantly transitioning, constantly transforming all the time, because they're always like dealing with ego death. What does it mean, ego death? You're becoming more spiritual enlightened. You're becoming more empathic. You're becoming more intuitive. You're getting more closer to the light, less closer to your shadows. Like your shadow is like the darkness, the evil side of you, the ego, the unhealthy ego, so it's always about death with them. That's why it's like hard to be with a Scorpio because like it's hard to take their transformation all the time. They're always going through some transformation, like some deep shit. It's tough. Like, you got to catch them at a good phase in their life because they are very confusing people. If you don't like tap in with them. They're the type to pursue though. They're the type to be into romance and daydream and all that. But once reality hits, they disappear. They can't take reality. Reality is like that air sign, earth sign energy, that fire sign energy, that hard up energy. Yeah, these are like the soft people. Like Cancers are probably a little bit more harder than Scorpio, but that's why they go well together. Anyways, long story short, Scorpio disappears. They like disappearing. They like hiding under a rock. They don't like really getting involved in drama. Sometimes they can be the drama though, but they'll do it to manipulate some shit to their advantage. Anyways, I was Scorpio, but they're very intuitive, very smart. All right. Anyways, long story short, that's an evolved Scorpio though. All right, moving on. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, fire sign, right? Fire sign rules power, growth, energy, action, right? It doesn't really rule emotion or feelings like that. It's really like the hard up stuff. So Sagittarius is all about that warrior spirit, that healing spirit. We're all about that adaptable, mutable spirit. We're flexible. We can be anything we want, anywhere we want. We can be with anybody we want. We're non-committal. We're just ruled by non-commitment because we like our freedom. We like our good luck. We like our optimism. It's hard to be with people that are pessimistic, that weigh us down. We see the good in life type of energy. We're good with holding space for other people to heal. We're not going to heal you practically, but we're going to hold space for you to heal yourself. You get what I'm saying? We know how important it is to hold space for somebody. We can be that. We can be empathetic. We can be sympathetic. We just don't like being used. Anyways, long story short, Sagittarius is a very simple sign. We're basically Cupid. So we use a bow and arrow, we point at our target and we hit our target and we can get what we want because that's just what we're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a sign of good luck. Anyways, long story short, Sagittarius are usually like beautiful people, very creative, very smart, very have the advantage naturally. They're just very talented people, very smart individuals if they're evolved and mature, right? All right, we're very spiritual. We're very what is the word? We're into philosophy. We're into like education and stuff, and like adventure. And we like to travel. We like to see the world. We like to know things that are just not the shallow stuff, right? We're not shallow people. Do we want to get married one day? Yeah, we want to settle down. We want to have somebody to be with us, right? But we can thrive on our own. We're very independent. So after Sagittarius is Capricorn. Capricorn, we're on Capricorn now. We have 3 more signs to go and then I'll answer a question. So Capricorn is the devil. Capricorn is an earth sign and they are the cardinal, one of the last cardinal signs. So they are a leader. They start stuff. They're the beginner. They don't follow. They're not followers. They are very straight up tough people. They're pessimistic. They're not optimistic. They see the worst in things before they see the best in things. Earth signs are very grounded. So they're very planted, stable. They're all about their money, getting materialistic things, having safety, doing things routinely. They thrive in business. If they start a business, it's gonna be like consistent as hell. They're very consistent, routine based. They like growing business. They thrive in business. Do they want a relationship? Yes, they want love. But this is the evolved Capricorn. So, anyways, long story short, they kind of like keep to themselves, but they just want the American dream. Honestly, Capricorn's very intuitive, very smart. Yeah. Anyways, anything more I need to say about Cappies? Yeah, that's all I know about the Caps. All right, what else? They can be very attractive. Anyways, moving on to the next. We have Aquarius. Aquarius is the last air sign. They are fixed. They are air fixed. So basically, they rule intellect. They rule logic. They rule the mind, right? So they're not ruled by the heart. They are mind over matter. They are logic over the matter, okay? They're not gonna trust their emotions and feelings. They're gonna trust their logic over, you know, how they feel. They're not moving off feelings. They're moving off of strategy, you know. These are the people you have to mentally connect with. And these are the people that have a lot of ideas and a lot of projects going on, and they can be very successful and into themselves. These are the independent people. These are the people that are the selfie people. These are the people who love themselves. These are the people who care about themselves, but they're also humanitarians. Like, taking care of themselves take care of other people, and other people adore them. You know, you show them love, they show love back, but they could be very, very immature as far as, like, let's say if they're like to revenge or try to get even with a person, they can like stoop to people's level. It's just crazy. I'm talking about the evolved Aquarius. The evolved Aquarius really just kind of like likes their independence, travels, stays with themselves, will be in a low-key relationship. You know, you would never know because they're not like really broadcasting it. But some do, right? But other than that, they just want to be a star, and they want everything that everybody else has. They're very materialistic people. But they are the water barriers, so they do give a lot of like attention and love to others. Otherwise, they like the balance. Like, they'll get with a partner that's like the opposite of their personality, like an asshole or somebody. Like somebody pessimistic or something. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Like, Aquarius is very different, but very like cool and chill as well. All right, moving on from Aquarius. They, you gotta catch them. If you catch them, they stick with you though. Like, anyways, long story short, moving on to Pisces. Pisces is the last one. Isn't that crazy? Pisces is the outlier of the zodiac because they're the last one. They represent water emotion, right? But they're the adaptable, mutable water emotion. Oh, just think about water not being able to be controlled, but water not being able to be controlled, but also being adaptable and mutable and flexible. Like, that's double time. Not no control. You cannot control water. You cannot control Pisces. You cannot tell them shit. Like, they're uncontrollable people. Like, they do whatever they feel. They live off emotion. They live off feelings. They live off intuition. They live off empathy. Like, they are the softest like people, right? So that's them. That's Pisces. Like, they're not thinking about logic. They're not thinking about, you know, sometimes they even spat out things that they don't even think about. They don't even think they said that, and they think they said it, right? But they are like, you'll feel them. When you're with them, you'll feel their energy, you'll feel their emotion. They'll try to like read your mind. Sometimes they be wrong. But they stay dishing out people's karma, and they're very music aligned. I will say they're very creative and crafty when it comes to like good ideas and like getting the ideas out there and being like that's successful with certain things that they do and say. Like, they're very cool, compassionate people. But sometimes when it comes to relationships with them, you have to be the right person to be with a Pisces because it's not easy. Like, it is not easy with them. Like, you can tell them something and they may not listen for a very long time. Like, you know, it takes a very emotional person to be with a Pisces. Anyways, that's the evolved Pisces. If a Pisces is very successful in life, they will pay for things, they will gift, they will do practical things, but they're like very creative expression like type. Like, they're not really like, oh, I'm gonna buy you a gift, unless like they're evolved, you know. But yeah, you will feel like you're welcomed or included into something with a Pisces. Pisces will make you feel heard and seen. That will make you feel like you are desired or you're needed or you're wanted. Sometimes they may throw some little darts at you, but other than that, they cool. Now, we just did all 12 signs. I said I was going to do this. Now, which zodiac sign person did you have your worst experience? I don't really hold on to worst experiences. That's why I be working out. I'm sorry. I work out, and when you work out, it clears your mind. Like, it's like very therapeutic. So like, when you work out, it's a form of therapy. Like, you don't think about stuff like that. Like, oh, what happened in the past, or when somebody did you wrong, or like you forget everything. Like that's the point of working out. You clear your whole head. Like your subconscious becomes clear. You know, you don't even think about the past anymore. You just like be present. You be living in the moment. So I don't really remember worst experiences anymore. I don't really play the victim game. I don't really blame people like that no more. That's why I'm always working out, because it's like a real form of therapy. But it also betters your health. But overall, like, I can't say there was a bad experience anymore, because those experiences have left my brain. So I forgive, basically, is what I'm saying. I forgive everybody. I don't hold on to things no more. I grew up, I evolved, I moved on. So at the end of the day, things could have been worse. I could have been worse off, but my luck, my karma is good. So I'm blessed to be where I am right now. And I wish everybody peace and love, you know? So at the end of the day, I don't think there's no better sign than the other. Um, so yeah, it does. That's why I'm always there. That's why I'm committed. Because I'm all about mental health. Mental health is very important to me. What you say out of your mouth, very important to me too. So manifesting is important. So that's why I be so like by myself, because I don't want to blame people. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to serve people their karma. I don't want to get into it, people. I don't want to do anything that's gonna. I don't like to be in none of that no more. Like, I'm happy I have my own house. So I could just be in my house, like, unbothered. But anyways, long story short, I'm sensitive as hell. Anyways, long story short, I could say I would like to try out an Aquarius. I have not seriously dated an Aquarius. I had a crush on a guy 5 years ago that was an Aquarius. We met in person. Um, I would like to try out an Aquarius. I never really got to really date an Aquarius, but they were cool. And I had just recently met an Aquarius man, and he was really cool. He was in a long term on and off connection, though, that wasn't serving him. They're always in something. But yeah, Aquarius is cool. I just was with an Aries, but my last romantic partner, it was an Aries. I believe my house of marriage on my natal chart is Aries. My house of marriage is Aries. It's not Aquarius. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the last guy I just romantically was with is an Aries. Aries is a tough sign. When they're living in the moment, they could be wonderful, but if they have baggage from their past, they haven't done the work, they haven't worked on themselves, and they still carry around emotional traumas or unforgiveness or pain from their past, they could be like the worst enemies, you know, because they haven't fully healed. So if you get with an Aries, they have to be somebody that's like somebody that's evolved, you know, that's somebody that's grown, that's learned, that's left behind the past the most. I can't say who you're most compatible with. You're gonna have to look up your birth chart and compare it to your like houses, you know, like do a natal chart with the houses and see who your house of marriage is in. My house of marriage, I'm a Sag, but my house of marriage is Aries. Yours is gonna be different than mine because your birthday, your, you know, everything matters. Like your time of birth, where you were born, decides your natal chart. You got to kind of go that route. Generally speaking, fire signs do best with fire signs. If you can get along with another fire sign, fire and fire is best for me. If you can't do fire and fire, go towards air and fire. I would say air and fire kind of compatible. Fire and water is disaster. Every time it's two opposites. It's way two opposites. Water puts out your fire, and it's like you don't want your fire to be put out ever. You're not gonna like that at all. Water and water do well together. They flow together. That's just my take on it. Earth signs, boring, very boring and blah. Very boring and blah. Okay, Earth belongs with another Earth person because they're just boring and blah. They're not very exciting. They're routine, they're stable, they're always like, have their shit together maybe, but I don't really like Earth signs no more like that. They're not my favorite. Aquarius is an air sign. Look on Google, girl. What? But air goes with air as well. If you could stay within your fire element, fire is Leo, Sag, Aries. That's all you need to remember is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Or you can look at your moon sign, and your moon sign can tell you who you could be compatible with. You need to know your chart though. You need to know your natal chart. You need to know the signs. You need to know the elements. You need to know all that for yourself. But I'm Leo moon, so I'm fire. I'm fire sun and fire moon. So I go with the fire. I probably would thrive better with fire because I'm double fire. So I'm either fire or air. I have earth in my chart and I have water in my chart, but my water signs in my chart is very small. Scorpio, which is death, ego death. And then I have Capricorn and Virgo, which are very like death signs. Very blah signs. Capricorn and Virgo is very blah. That's my blah side. That's my boring side. My Capricorn and my Virgo in my chart is very blah and boring. It's very routine. It keeps me very grounded. It keeps me very focused on work. It keeps me in a routine. It keeps me like steadfast. And then my Scorpio, I have Scorpio twice. Scorpio is always deaf to your ego. Death to your ego. You're constantly dying to your ego and you're rebirthing yourself in spirit. You're always like trying to get more empathetic, trying to get more sympathetic, trying to get more compassionate, less ego. You're either gonna better your ego, like make it here. So that's why I'm all about health. That's why I'm always working out. That's why I'm always at the gym. That's why I'm always like, let me eat better. Let me sleep better. Let me take care of myself better. Because you don't want to be egotistical, unhealthy ego. You want to have a healthy ego, which is like more spiritual, more empathetic, more sympathetic, more compassionate, more understanding, more loving. I know. I'm not really into the mainstream sites like that. I'm not into that. I'm really like the sites that people don't really know about, I know about. Yeah. Anyways, long story short, no. So I go on this one site called astrolob.com, and you might not know about it. It's called Astrolob. But anyways, I know some stuff. But long story short, death to ego. That's why when I get with people and I see they have an unhealthy ego, I'll be like, they need to rebirth. They need to die. They need to transform. They need to go through some type of like darkness and then go through the light. Then come out and come back to the light. Because when you're growing up and you're interested in life, you just gravitate to things that you gravitate to. And for me, I gravitated to spiritual things. I wanted to learn You get what I'm saying? So my interest in being curious and wanting to learn about spirituality, religion, church, God, and then also intuition and clairvoyance and, what is the psychic stuff? I just wanted to know what all that entailed. Never gravitated to witchcraft or black magic or in spells, but I gravitated to knowing how my psyche worked. I wanted to know more how my brain was developing. So it was a part of like developing your intuition, which tarot was like an interesting thing. Like when I found out like tarot cards, I was like, these cards have some meaning to them. They tell a story. They're interesting. It dates back to like the history of it. So that's what got me interested. Like, let me learn about this. Like, it was just another learning phase, and I just started spending time with it, which helped me develop my own brain, critical thinking, thinking for yourself, knowledge, power, you know. I'm an educated woman. I have a degree. I went to college, like I was in school all my life. So I was always reading. I was always, in class. I was always reading the room. I was always around knowledge. So I just continued that. It was just another thing to learn. So this is a part of your development. It's a part of your mindset. It's a part of your critical thinking. It's part of developing your frontal cortex of your brain where you think critically. You know what I'm saying? So wasn't on no like weirdo shit. Wasn't on no like spells, witchcraft, or none of that. I just had a lot of curious questions about my own life. So I was just developing my own life. Anyways, anybody can create some cards. It's not like a big deal. You can get some like flashcards and you can just write on a card whatever you want and just have cards you write on your own meanings and just pull from that. Like you have your own cards that you created. Like it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's not serious. I don't really take it serious. It's just it's there. It's a tool. But it doesn't replace your reality, So I don't really like take it too serious as some people take it. Like I just kind of be like, well, it's for fun and entertainment. It can't replace what's going on in reality. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to do this video, talk about astrology. Whoever wants to watch it can watch it. Otherwise, I will be on live. I do type sessions because it's so easy to like just type stuff out. Being on live face all the time, it's tough. Sometimes I will go live though, but sitting on live for hours, it's just tough. I probably can do like an hour a day, maybe, or an hour every other day, maybe. What? Oh yeah, I'm gonna block your page. Yeah, because we don't need that in our lives. We're rebuking it. And we're sending it back to sender. Please stop sending me messages. I don't know why you think like I want to see that message. Because that has nothing to do with me. You get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with me. There is nothing to let me know because you're not making any sense. No, you don't. Like, what are you talking about? You don't even know me. You don't have my phone number. You don't have access to me. You don't know me. So you don't care about me. You don't know me. That's the first thing you should be saying. I don't know her. If you were telling the truth, you would tell people, I don't even know her. Like, how do you just send some random message and think like, oh, she's gonna believe it or feed into it? That has nothing to do with me. Naveen, we're not even doing tarot. We're talking about astrology. But yeah, that's weird. That don't have shit to do with me. That's why I'm like, that has nothing to do with me. Yeah, it says it doesn't make sense. So that person came in my chat sending me some weird messages, and I'm just like telling them like, whatever you're saying, it's not the truth. Like, it's not honest, it's not real, you don't even know me. It's just some trolling. It's weird. I don't really do the whole like Mercury and Sun and 8th house talk. Like, I don't really keep up with it like that. Like, too deep. I'm not too deep in the like knowing the retrograde or like the new moon or you know, Sun square this house. Like, I'm not really that deep into that type of stuff. So I couldn't be able to talk to you about that. So we're just talking about the sun signs and their personalities. I don't want to learn about it though, so you don't have to bring it up. I'm not interested. I don't even like to talk about that type of stuff. That's why I don't like water signs. I don't like water signs. They'll tell you stuff you didn't even ask. Like, I didn't ask you for your sun sign. But it's because they're water. They just flow. Like, that's crazy. I'm a pure fire sign. I'm a Sag and Leo. So I'm fire all day. Like, passion all day. Action, growth, energy, like. But on top of that, I have Libra. So I have a sword too. I have a sword and I have fire. That's a lot of weapons. A sword and fire, that's like burning somebody up. Like, slicing somebody up. Like, that's a lot. That's why I try my best to stay away from people and to stay just balanced, because like I could really like tell somebody off. You know, if I feel like someone's trying to mess with me, I could tell somebody off. Like, I don't like nobody getting in my okay, let's say I have like a little bubble. I don't like anybody getting in my bubble. I'm just like, go away. Stay 5 feet away from me. Too close to me. I like my boundaries. I like my space. I like to feel myself, you know? So if somebody just like impedes on me, I'm like, oh, no. That's why I don't really like do well with certain signs or certain things. I'm like, nah, not for me. Not for me. Anyways, guys, this video is going to be up. It's for people who want to know about astrology. And I have 8%, so I got to go charge my phone, and it's late, and I'm about to go to sleep. So anybody want to say anything else before I go? speak now, or forever hold peace. Because that's what we do around here. We have peace of mind. See, I make sure people treat me with respect. I don't play that. That's one thing I like about my personality is you're going to respect me. You're going to respect me, or I'm going to put you in your place. That's how fire and air is, though. I'm mostly fire and air with a little water with a lot of earth. So it's like, if I don't like something, I'll put somebody in their place real quick. Like, don't fucking play with me. And then I'm only dealing with God. So it's just like, if I have to ask for forgiveness, I'm only asking God for forgiveness. If I have to, like, forgive a person, I'm going to forgive them when I pray. You get what I'm saying? I'm not bowing down to no person. Like, no. I'm going through God and God only. And his son, Jesus. And mind you, I'm not religious. I don't say, oh, I'm Christian or I'm Catholic or I'm Hindu or I'm Buddhist. I don't say none of that. I just say I'm spiritual. And I keep it simple. Whatever I want to pray and gravitate to and do spiritually. But other than that, like when it comes to people, I don't trust a lot of people. Especially internet people. Internet people can be weird. Like, I don't like being weird. I don't want to talk to weird people. I don't want to feed into weird people. I don't want to talk to weird people. I don't want to befriend weird people. I don't like none of that. I turn off my comments. I turn off my messages. I turn off, like, you could see me, you could watch me, but I'm not going to let you communicate with me unless you respect me. That's the type of personality I am. Like, if you disrespect me, I'm going to let you disrespect me one time, but the next time, there isn't going to be a next time. You're not going to get a next time. That's the type of fierce personality I have as a Sag Leo, like Libra, like Aquarius, with Scorpio and Capricorn and Virgo. Like, I don't let people walk over me no more. Like, I slice them and dice them. Don't play. People really want to get in your head. I don't let people get in my head. If it's respectful, okay, maybe we can have a conversation. Maybe we could talk. But if it's on some evil shit, some devilish shit, rebuke, return to sender, don't trust. Anyways, guys, I'm leaving now. I'm so happy you guys let me go because I'm tired now. And we're going to rebuke any negative, any malicious, devilish, negative shit that people want to throw in my way that has nothing to fucking do with me. Return it back to sender in the name of Jesus. Forgive the trespassers who try to trespass against me. We about to block. Yeah, we're not feeding into that. Blocking that. Block. We block that person. Block them. Guys, I didn't even see the chat till now. So yeah, I have Capricorn 3 times in my chart. That's why I act like a Capricorn, because I'm dominated by my earth element. Even though 3 times, I think I have Capricorn 3 times and Virgo. But I have Sag twice, I have Leo once, I have Libra twice, and I have Scorpio twice. I don't fuck with people outside of me. Yeah, I have a nice balance. I'm balanced. So I have that pessimistic, but I have that optimistic. That Sagittarius makes me optimist. That Capricorn makes me a pessimist. The Libra balances it out. You get what I'm saying? The black and white, but also with the romance in the middle. The Aquarius makes me very friendly, you know, adaptable, like giver. The Scorpio makes me very fierce and like intense and very discerning and very passionate and attractive. And then emotional, that's my emotion. The only emotion I have is Scorpio. And who else? Yeah, that's really it. Virgo. My Virgo is very the virgin. The virgin, the perfectionist. Um yeah. But I'm like, I can be mean. If you're trying to be mean to me, I'm gonna be mean right back to you. I'm gonna serve you the same energy. Like, I don't do that to people. I don't just start drama like that. Okay, it's water, earth. Okay. Anyways, yeah. I'm naturally dominant because I'm a Sag. But Leo is the lion. We just have a lioness in us. We're fierce. That's my emotion. My rising is a Libra though. So that means I'm good with like being intelligent and being witty and independent and seeking the truth above all, and telling the truth and having integrity and seeing things clearly. Like, people always want to try to throw some dumb shit at me, and I'm like, I can see through that. Like, my air energy, I have Libra Aquarius in my chart, so that air be like, cut that fog, cut that, cut that, cut that. I could just see through stuff really fast. You know, like, I don't know, I have that. And that's really good for me because it's gotten me through a lot of stuff. But that fire is everything because it's that power, that action, that move forward, that get it done, but also have fun. That's that fire. And then that earth is like that groundedness, like stay stable, stay practical, stay grounded, keep working. You know, so guys, I don't know, the chat came in late. I don't know why it's coming up late, but we blocked that troll. No more of that. I don't believe into all that type of stuff. When I'm clearly telling you to leave me alone and that's not truth, and you keep on sending me messages that are not fucking truth, what are you not getting? Anyways, guys, this chat is messed up. I don't let people get in my head. I'm sorry. I'm grown now. I learned my lesson a long time ago. Like, your head is very valuable. Protect it. Don't let people just talk at you. Don't let people just say anything. It makes no sense. If it doesn't add up, 1+1, why would you even believe it? Like, that's the dumb shit about Cancer. Is like, Cancer could be very gullible and naive and dumb, and like, because they're too emotional, and like, they need to use their logic more. That's the problem with water signs. Water signs don't be logical enough. They don't be developing their critical analyzing thoughts first. You have to develop that first. Then be emotional and be like sensitive and be empathic, but be discerning and be understanding that everything's like a math problem. If it doesn't add up, don't fucking believe it. Like, you know, people can say anything they want these days. And it's like, you're not about to just believe some dumb shit, you know? You gotta know that sounds dumb. That sounds wrong. That doesn't even sound right. This sounds real. This sounds honest. This sounds right. You should have that discernment. That's critical thinking. 1+1=2. Keep it very simple. Like, if somebody's saying some too much dumb shit, like, it's bye. No, protect your crown. Say what the hell you want. You need to speak up for yourselves. They don't be speaking up for themselves like that. They don't really have that type of like mentality. If they do it in like a safer space. Kind of can come off cowardly. They're not bold like that. In this world, you have predators and you have prey. You're going to be prey for a predator. You have to become the predator at some point. So basically, you have to become the hunter at some point. You can't be the prey that the hunter is hunting on. You got to become the hunter. You got to become the predator. You got to hunt some shit down. You get what I'm saying? For your survival, for your, thriving in this world. If you want to thrive in this world, you got to become the dominant source of your life. You have to be a whole person. That means you have to be masculine and feminine. You have to have a balance of yin and yang. You cannot depend or rely upon anybody. Even though in this world you will. But make sure you don't show your weakness like that. Because people will prey upon that. You know what I'm saying? People are like seeking blood. Like, you gotta just know, like, if you've been there, done that already, you learned from it, you grew up, you mastered something, right? Master that. Master that. What goes around comes around. Whatever they do to you is going to get done to them, or it already has. But don't become them. Just pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. I don't know. That's all I can really say. Respect yourself. Sometimes life is going to throw you karmic things that you're going to be like, what the fuck? Why did I have to go through that? You're going to be like, damn, I thought I was better than that, right? Life's going to throw you some things. And it's just going to be like, dang, this must be a universal lesson for me. This was out of my control. I couldn't control this. I had no control over this. And you don't blame yourself. You're just like, I learned from it. I grew from it. I moved on from it. It made me a better person. I'm more aware now. I'm more mature now. You get what I'm saying? And you move on. But never show your weakness. I think that's really important now, more than anything, is don't show your weakness. Don't show your weakness. Never show your fucking weakness, ever. It's the most safest thing to do. Because once you see the world, like once you grow up and you see the world, you're gonna know why. You're gonna know why. You're gonna know why. You're gonna understand it more. Especially as a woman. As a woman, you really gotta guard and protect your heart. So that's why it's important for women to not show their weakness, because women are prey, usually, right? So it's important to protect your heart, protect your mind, guard yourself from predators. Too many predators out here. I know we're like, oh yeah, there's soulmates out here. But when you think about it, there's a lot of predators out here. So you don't want to be too head in the clouds. You want to have a balance. Like, okay, there's a lot of predators. There's a lot of weirdos. There's a lot of pedophiles. There's a lot of people that are not showing truly who they are. There's a lot of people that are lying. There's a lot of people that are deceiving. So when you say soulmate, you got to be very careful to be like, just soulmate, like someone's just perfect out here, right? You got to learn through experiences to understand who people really are, like, especially men. It's very rare to find a very good man, so be very discerning, be very on guard, be very knowledgeable. Don't be blind. Don't be naive. Don't be stupid. Don't be too trusting unless you want to learn a lesson. Because men are not little like angels. Men are not little fairies. Men are not little like innocent beings, you know? No. Gotta know how a man operates, like, and how they think. Like, you can't be shallow. Like, oh, just on the surface. Like, no, men are not women. So do all the learning you need to learn. That's why actually I enjoy my space and my free time. Like, my space and my alone time. I'll be happy. I'll be like, oh, I'm not bothered. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. I ain't gotta think twice. I don't gotta look over my back. I don't have to do nothing because I'm just solo right now. Like, you know, that's why I like keeping my boundaries. I like being able to say, you know what, we'll talk later. Goodbye. Don't give out my phone number, like, unless I want to. I like turning off my messages, turn off my DMs, turn off everything. I won't talk to nobody. I'll be like in heaven. Like, being in my house is being in a sanctuary, is being in heaven. So like when I'm close to heaven, I'm at peace. I'm at ease. I'm like, this is great. Okay? Because you're not going to reach heaven any closer being with a man. Men are not heaven. Men are not fucking heaven, man. I know people try to portray the relationships like, oh yeah, I got a good man. And no, they go through ups and downs. Everybody does when you get with a partner, right? But when you're alone, you're solo, you're close to heaven. Like, you have your fucking free time to treat yourself however you want to treat yourself. Like, don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted anymore. I'm like, dang, I love my space, my alone time, my freedom. No one's bothering me. Like, it's blissful. Because people come with problems. People come with burdens. People come with baggage. People come with excuses. People come with, you know, trauma. People come with karma. People come with plots, schemes. People come with shit. You get what I'm saying? So you better, if you really want to be with someone, be alone. Be alone. And accept yourself and love yourself as you are. Don't try to be with nobody. And that's going to attract so many people to you. As long as you love yourself first, people are going to come to you. But that doesn't mean, like, don't discern. Discern them too. Like, for real though, like, don't be so eager to be with somebody. Be with yourself. If I could preach that more, I would. Be alone. Don't be afraid to block people. Don't be afraid to leave people in the dark and be gone. Bye. Discern, guard, trust yourself, love yourself first. My phone's gonna die. I'm not gonna be on camera if I hook it up to my... Oh, hold up. Maybe I could do this. Oh. Anyways, discern. If you're an empath, right? Let me just say this. If you're such an empath, if you've been working on your empathic skills, you're going to be able to spot a narcissist so easily. You're going to sense it. You're going to feel it. You're going to think. It's going to be a thought. You're just going to know danger. It's going to be one spiritual download, danger, and you're just going to walk away. You already know how to protect yourself. If you ignore yourself, that's on you. But if you know to listen to yourself and all the signs that you keep getting, you're going to be A-okay. But if you don't listen to yourself as it is, you're going to be going through lessons after lessons after lessons. You know, so that's why it's best to get alone so you can hear yourself. So you can hear your body, you can hear your first mind, you can hear your inner voice, you can have real communication with like the other side, you know, because spirit guides are always guiding you, talking to you, giving you spiritual downloads. You should be trusting that. That's why it's so important to get alone and have your own and be alone sometimes. Because you're really never alone. Like, spirit's there, but some people are not that in love with themselves to where they can't be alone. They have to be with somebody, so they'll settle for whatever. Me, I don't settle. If I don't like something, I don't like something. If I don't like somebody, I don't like somebody. If I stop liking you, I stop liking you. If you stop liking me, okay, bye. Next. Because I know what I got. Like, I know I'm in heaven. I know I built a heaven. I know I built a sanctuary. So I know God's protecting me. So, like, that's why I'm who I am right now. Because I'm happy. I'm happy. Like, my whole goal in life was to be happy. Be happy and trust myself. Because you don't need to be with people that bring you down or none of that. Like, no, thank you. Don't waste your time. You could be abundantly happy by yourself. And my mom played a big part in a lot of this, by the way. Like, she coached me on a lot of stuff, gave me a lot of advice, pointers. Till this day, my mom still feeds me, like, pointers and advice. My mom's a Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius. But she's a December Sag, I'm a November Sag. But she always coaches me, like, she's very overly protective, like, can sense things. Like, my mom taught me how to be, like, to myself. Like, she taught me to be very, like, don't trust. So me and my mom weren't perfect. We got to where we were from not giving up on each other. I went through my ups and downs with my mom, but my mom and we just had a good bond relationship. We got back on track. And bad times don't last forever. And you grow up, you grow out of things. It's just a phase. You move on. Life moves so fast. I don't even remember. Me and my mom can get into it and be right back cool. Like, we're not even on that type of time anymore at all. Like, things have improved, gotten better. But my mom's always been in my life. Like, she's always been a stable, good mom. And we've had our ups and downs. Nothing that could, like, really tear us apart or anything. Because my mom has, like, a lot of love. Like, she's, like, a loving person. Like, that's what keeps us bonded. So, yeah, I could thank her for, like, telling me things, like, things that she feels, you know. But yeah, my mom's like my friend. She's like my friend, but she's my mom. But she's like my homegirl. Like, I can call her and have a talk like a homegirl. That's how good we are now. I can ask her questions. I can ask her advice. I can pick her brain. I can go spend time with her. I can do anything, really. So, moms play a big part. But my dad, I'll say this. My dad is a masculine man. Very masculine. Hunter. I wouldn't say a predator, but a hunter. And he knows men aren't shit. So, yeah. It's rare. It's very rare. A man is anything like a woman. Men are just... Woo. All I can say is a man needs to provide. This is what a man should be. This is it. This is all a man ever needs to be for you. A provider, a protector, and a prophet. His looks really don't really matter, but if he's too feminine, no. He needs to be a provider, a protector, and a prophet. Prophet means he's able to, like, have foresight. He's able to see things down the road for you. He's able to prophesy things for you. He's able to tell you like what he sees for you. Protector means he's able to protect you. Doesn't matter what he looks like, because fat is just energy. See, as a woman, you should know that fat is energy. You don't know that yet, though. Anyways, a man needs to protect you if you are ever in danger. Can't be scary. He needs to provide. That means he has to be able to earn and pay for things and be able to pay the bills, wear the pants, bring home the bacon. Those are 3 simple fucking things. Like, everything else goes out the window because you're the center of attention in the relationship, period. It doesn't matter. You are the center of the attention. You are the attractive one. The feminine girl in the relationship is the attractive one. The man is not the attractive one. The man is not the attractive one. He's a masculine man. That's all he needs to be, is a masculine man. Provide, protect, and prophesy. If you're looking for a feminine man and how he looks, you like girls. A man needs to be masculine, not feminine. Not feminine, because you already are that in the relationship. You're going to be the attractive one. You're going to be the center of attention. You're going to be the one he looks at. You don't need a man that's the center of attention, attractive, pretty, beautiful. That's besides the point of having a man. A man is masculine. All he needs to do is bring home the bacon. Be there. Protect you. Tell you good things. Tell you what to watch out for. If a man is too attractive and pretty and all that, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some fucking problems. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. There's going to be females that want that person. It's just going to be problems. I don't even want to get into that. But you need to be the feminine. He needs to be the masculine. Period. Point blank. When it boils down to it, in a relationship, you just want somebody that's reliable, dependable, loyal, ride or die. I already told you, your looks matter. You can't be the ugly one. You can't be the non-attractive one. His looks you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care about stuff like that. That's shallow. That's very, like, a man, like, do you even hear yourself? Did you even really think about that when you said it? Why would a man who's, like, going to work and bringing home money, why would looks matter when money matters? Which one matters more? This guy's paying the mortgage, providing a house, providing transportation, providing food, providing, a roof over your head, providing clothes, providing for the kids if you have kids. What the fuck does what is a look gonna do for you? Is a look gonna pay your bills? Is a look gonna pay your bills? That's where you guys gotta grow up. That's where the growth is right there. It's like being mature, you're gonna realize what matters in the world. Stability, longevity, reliability. Ain't no looks gonna make that happen. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be able to bring home and be there and be square. So he can look like a square. It doesn't matter. That's shallow. That's like, like naturally I look like this, right? I was born like this, right? I don't have to alter myself, right? All right. But my looks doesn't mean, oh, the guys want me because I look like this. Looks don't matter. My looks don't even matter. It's just something that God created. God made me like this. It was genetics. But am I like saying, oh, because my looks, I should be with this person or that person? That don't fucking matter. It's what you can do and like what kind of person you are and like what your traits are and judging somebody like for their weight or how they look, that's already an issue because only God can judge. So it makes no fucking sense. That's not loving. You know what I'm saying? So that's already wrong. Because if you do get with somebody that has fat on their body, you should be telling them, hey, that's a lot of energy that you have stored up. You know, you can go work out at the gym and burn that energy off. You should be encouraging them. You get what I'm saying? So you already messed up right there, right? So that's maturity. That's growing up. That's realizing like your brain is advanced. Like you're advanced now. You're not on that level of like shallow thinking. You and you only get blessed with that when you're ready. When God's ready to bless you with that blessing of advanced thinking, you're moving on to the next level. You get what I'm saying? God will provide you with that person. But looks should never be a thing. That's why I don't like people on the internet. That's why I don't talk to people on the internet. That's why I don't be on dating apps. I don't give people my number. I don't connect with people online because they're very shallow and weird. That's why I don't fuck with people like that. Like, I'll tell a person off real fast because people are weird online. They're weird. Like, people are weird these days. Like, no. If you want somebody that's going to be with you 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, get with somebody that's meant for you, not because of their looks, not because of the way they look. If you want somebody that's going to be loyal to you, keep their vows, you know, not cheat, not leave you for dead. Look at the heart. Look at the heart. Look at the mind. Look at the pattern. Look at yourself. And look at God. Because I swear to God, this world will really like make you think shallow thoughts. And that's just not going to go far at all. So ugly people, let me just say this. Ugly people, pretty people. It don't matter if you ugly. It don't matter if you pretty. It don't matter if you skinny. It don't matter if you're fat. It really doesn't. Because I've seen all of them married, unmarried, in relationship, out of relationship. I've seen obese people I just seen an obese couple like a day ago. You know, I've been seeing big girls with a guy on a date. And I'll be like thinking to myself, she got her a guy. She got her a man. It doesn't matter. I swear. It does not matter. It does not matter how big, small, little. It does not matter. There's somebody for everybody. And not everybody thinks the same. And not everybody's after the same things. And not everybody's shallow. And some people are really just for people. So like, I've learned my lesson. Like, I've seen people be so shallow. Like, in my life, like, from my past, people were shallow. And I was like, I am not shallow. I am not a shallow person. I'm deep. I'm deep. I'm a deep person. I can't be shallow. But they just didn't grow yet, you know? They weren't mature yet, you know? Like, experience ready for that. Too shallow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say I'm pretty, right? And a man so lucky gets to marry me and have kids with me, right? And the kids turn out beautiful. And he's so lucky because I have good genetics, whatever, right? it's going to be a guy that's probably not shallow. It's probably going to be a guy that's like, oh, I never thought I could be with somebody. But they're going to actually love me for who I am, though. Not how I look. So, yeah. I look at myself every day. I be like, yes, I'm easy on the eyes. Some people are easier on the eyes, but that doesn't make a difference if they're bad, like a bad person, like inside. Because you could be a very beautiful person and be very ugly inside. You could be a very attractive person and be ugly inside. You could be very beautiful inside. Doesn't matter. You could be a big person and be the most beautifulest person inside. You could be a non-attractive person and be very nice. So it doesn't really matter. I've seen attractive people be very ugly. I've seen non-attractive people be very ugly. It is the spirit that resides in the person. Like, so that's why you gotta look through people. You gotta look through people's souls. You gotta look in people's hearts. You gotta look in people's minds. You gotta look deeper than that. Because if you're planning to be with somebody for 10, 20, 30 years, 5 years, whatever, can't just be because of their looks. You know? I'm not doing tarot. You know, you read the title. It does not say we're doing tarot. Anyways, guys, we're just chatting. And this was about astrology. It says astrology. Anyways, guys, any more questions before I go? I'm gonna go. Because my bed is calling me. My sleep is calling me. I don't know if the chat is like slow, but it was slow earlier. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all around. Bye.